Well, when you think you don't have much, I had bought this roast for $26 and I made steaks out of that. You can make it a roast if you want to. And I got some beans, bit of pulpa, bit of pasta, and you can even add a little bit of beans if you want to. It's fabulous. So let's go make a stew. So once you cut the onion, you peel some carrots. This is to make the stew, beef stew. Peel them a bit, and then you add potato. And you can add peas or corn if you like as well. You can, use the potato peeler for the carrot. Some people are now so used to these potato peelers that you can do everything with it, Carrots, potatoes, anything, all the veggies. So some people put them without, cutting them or peeling them, I should say. I cut the thickest part in half normally. Don't ask me why. And then I cut in little bits. Adds flavor and adds beautiful vitamins as well. I'm going to use the 2 carrots. You can use more carrots if you want. And I'm going to cook for a couple of days. Because once you make something like this, you can have it for a couple of days. And if you have people over, you could actually freeze it. And and have it ready for another day when you don't feel like cooking or you don't have the time. Good. Now, the potatoes are dirty, that's why I keep them in there. But I use a knife to peel them. I don't like peeling it with potato peeler. And also, you can get into the little bits that are not so good and cut them out. You can cut them really thin so you don't waste the potato. But sometimes they tend to have bits that you don't want to eat, so you remove it and then wash it. Now they peeled. I peeled 2, another one, and they're washed. Now they're ready to be cut into little squares, not as small maybe as the carrots, but similar, You can dry them if you want, you don't have to. But yeah, sometimes I dry them with a tea towel. So you can cut them all together sometimes if they stay, and it's a lot faster. Alright. Okay, so the cut. You can keep them together because you're going to put them at the same time. Okay, so we've got the onion here, and now I'm going to cut a bit of beef. I use the little ice cream containers to put all the cuttings. So you can cut as much as you want, depends how many people, of course, but like I said, you can cook and then keep it. This topside roast in Australia is so good because it's versatile, you know. You can use it for steaks, you can use it for stews. It doesn't have a lot of beef, I mean a lot of fat on the beef, but yeah, you can remove it. And then, yeah, because you're going to boil it in the sauce and cook it slowly. Anyway, a little bit of fat is not bad. Okay. Now what I normally do is cut it in tiny squares, same as the rest. So everything's going to be cut in squares. Fresh beef, beautiful, grass-fed. Not for vegans. I got better knives, but I tend to use one knife. It cuts, you know, really well. It's just slippery. Very slippery. I grabbed a good knife. So just gotta be careful with your fingers. Even chefs cut themselves, so okay. It's good when you can cook at home. If you got a few things, like I haven't done shopping today yet, and you use what you got, you know. We tend to buy a lot and then it stays at the bottom or at the back of your cupboard and it gets out of date, so it goes in the bin unused. Beautiful beef. This is going to be done first with the onions and a bit of garlic, and I normally add all the spices to the beef. So a bit of salt, pepper and mixed herbs. Vegeta is good for this. I use a vegetarian Vegeta. It's like stock and it's Croatian. So yeah, so that's not bad. That's pretty good. Seems like a lot, but it's not once you cook it, you know, it reduces quite a bit. If you find bigger bits, just cut them in half, you know. Nice. Cooking with G. It's freezing in Melbourne today, and this is more like a wintry dish. It's supposed to be all week a little bit of funny weather. It gets warm and then it gets freezing cold, rain, winds. So, you know, you feel like a bit more substantial food sometimes. Alright. Be right back. Wash my hands. Now we're going to do a few bits of garlic. Why not? I like fresh garlic. Some people get it already, you know, all done in a jar. But I don't know. There's something about fresh garlic that is very special. I'm only going to use a little bit, not a lot. But it's very good if you have a cold or you're not feeling 100%. Garlic, chili, lemon, all those things are very good for you. I actually met an Italian that was allergic to garlic. You wonder how he survived. because there's not many dishes without garlic in Italy, you know. Alright, let's do this. It's so thin, so I normally just flatten it with a knife to cut it. I don't know how you guys do it, but yeah, just go it very thin. So what I do, I just wash the knife and keep using the same knives, you know. Otherwise you end up using a million things and you've got too many dishes. So thin when you peel it. You don't want any of that in your food. Alright. Now we're ready to start cooking. So now I put the fire on in a minute. Just like that. That's a little bit of vegetable oil in there. And you just put it all in there. That's it. So you want it high so it browns a little bit and the flavor of the onion and the garlic then gets into the beef. Alright, let's get it brown. Starting to smell nice. So that's what I'm using, that baguette. And then I like the paprika, the smoke. It's a bit sweet. A bit of chili, ground black pepper, Italian herbs. That's a really nice blend from Master Foods. You can use basil, and I mix the salts, bit of Himalayan pink salt and the balsamic. This is so nice. So they're starting to brown and you can really smell them now. This is the smell that gets the children out of their beds and saying, "What are you cooking, Mama? Smells good." Alright. You see the colour? It's beautiful. This bar is very good, but it gets really hot. So when you're cooking, you've got to hold it. You can't just do stuff without holding it, so make sure you hold it. You see that's about ready, and then we put the beef in. Turn it down so we don't burn it. Very good. Now the beef is going in, all of it. Very nice. And then your carrots and your potatoes. So let's do this one first. So the garlic normally cooks faster. You gotta move it so it doesn't get stuck. And all the flavors start to sink into the beef. You see all the colors changing? So you seal it, you have to seal the beef. And now we add all the little spices, bit by bit, the salt. So I use the baguette first, and you just sprinkle a little bit. Chili powder second, only because it's special. Gotta use the other side because it comes out better. Just a bit of chili. Now your Italian herbs. So you season the beef, I suppose. And then we use some Himalayan pink salt. It smells nice already. So I'm gonna use I use a spoon, 2 of those. Because this salt doesn't salt a lot. Maybe that's 2. So it becomes like a bit of a paste and it's nice. That's your base for your casserole, or my casserole, Grace's casserole. You guys know I'm recovering still. I had a good day today, a bit more active because I took medication. The leg is not bad, but I can't stay in the kitchen for a long time cooking. It's been about 15 minutes now since we started cooking. Now another 15 minutes, or maybe a bit less, and yeah, we'll put all the veggies in. So I cut a lemon because that's what I like to do now. You can see the colors coming together. We add half a lemon squeezed in here. I normally squeeze it like that. This got seeds from my lemon tree. Even if it is one, I can just remove it, All the flavors work really well together with the lemon, and the paprika is actually one of the things that some people don't like to use for this kind of food, but it doesn't have a strong taste. So that's nice now. So what I do now, I add the carrots and the potatoes to that. So in they go. Beautiful. Oh, there's a few in here. You just grab them with your hand, because you're constantly washing your hands anyway. I wash them a lot. I'm not grabbing the pot. It's pretty heavy. It's not moving. All right. So all the flavors from the beef and the rest that we have added to the beef is going to go onto the potatoes and carrots as well a little bit. I did put the heat down a tiny bit because you don't want this to burn. You want a nice steady fire. So it will be like over medium. Very good. Now we leave that. What I do now is put a lid for a minute. So the lid goes in. Nice. And you can even turn it even a little bit lower. That's high and that's low. So that's going to cook like that for about 4 minutes, and then we'll be back. Well, I took the lid off to check, and it's been 2 minutes. Looking good. So this is your basic for your stew. Alright. Let it go for another 2 minutes. The lid back on. Beautiful. And while I was waiting, I did a few dishes that I had. And the weather is miserable. There's my doggy. Come on, puppy. I'll bring you inside. He loves being out there for some reason. Coming in and out. There he comes. Boiling a little bit of water. We add water in the tomato now. So it just stopped. That's just over, just a couple of cups of hot water. Have it ready. Oh, nice. Now add the water. Beautiful. You're gonna stir it a little bit, and all the flavors. Very nice. Put the lid on for about 3 minutes. I'll put the timer on. Well, guess what now? Good old rice. Beautiful cup, isn't it? Cute. The doggies. So about half. You can do 1 cup for all that. Or half if you want. Less rice. I'm going to do 1 cup. So just go with a cup inside, you know. Just less than 1. So it's been about a minute. All the flavors are coming nice. Smells delicious. So it's like a stock when you add the water and cook it. When I add the tomatoes, sometimes the potatoes and the rice don't cook as fast or as well. So you learn all the little tricks. Alright, I'm gonna add the rice. Rice is in. Remember that was 2 cups of water that I used, just over, and 1.5 cups of rice because that's a bigger cup. So very good. And you can always add water. And as you add water, you might want to add a little bit of salt as well, if you like it salty. But if you don't, you still lose the flavor as you add the water. Or the salt, I should say. The flavors don't change. Alright. Now rice normally cooks for 15 minutes. So this goes to 15. We'll see what happens. So when you check it, it's been 5 minutes. Whoop. Out of steam. So you want to stir it every few minutes if you want. Check. And I'm boiling a bit more water because I'm going to add another cup of water to put the soup mix as well. There's just a lot of beans and little bits and pieces that need extra water. It's looking good. So this is the soup mixed. You can actually soak it overnight if you want to, but you don't have to. You can put it straight. And I mean, for 1 cup of this, you need 3 cups of water. So I'm just going to put a few, maybe half a cup. So that's half a cup. And I'm going to add it in about 5 minutes. This one needs to cook for about 25 minutes. And the rice will be ready in about 15. So you kind of calculate the times. And so if I put it now, it'll cook for 10 minutes. The rice will be ready. So it's good to add it before or after the rice. It don't take long. So you can see as the rice is soaked in the water that we used, the water was more to make some type of stock, get all the flavors together. And so the rice starts to soak the water. Everything starts to get tender. That's when we add 2 more cups. Okay. Alright, so this one's ready. We'll take it over. Still raining and the curtain is falling down. The wind is so strong. Alright, so it's been 7 minutes, 15, that's 5, that's 7. So I'm going to add the water. That's about 2 cups of water. Slowly. And I also added a little bit of the balsamic salt, just a little bit. This one's going. Neutral. nutrition. Okay. Now I'm going to put the lid for about, what's the remainder is about 8 minutes. Okay. 8 minutes on the clock. Now I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to touch it for a while. So that's the clock there, and should be enough, you know. My leg doesn't want to be standing anymore, so I was just sitting down for a little bit while this cooks. So it's about 4 minutes to go to the 8 minutes. Very nice. Lid on, and now we're going to turn it really slow. It is slow, but I'm going to turn it just a little bit lower. There we go. So I added the can of tomato. This one's got basil. That's why I didn't, add basil. Okay. The lid goes in, and it's about, well, that's for the rice. It's 2 minutes to go. Alright, 1 minute to go. I'm going to add, because I cleaned the can, a bit of real water. Very good. Stir that in. Put the lid back on. Now we're going to cook it for another 6 minutes. So we're coming up to half an hour. It would take, a few beans. I love beans. And it's good for you. Just a few. They're already cooked. So it's just nice to get all the different textures. Potatoes, carrots, rice, and beans. So that's ready. So when this soup mix cooks, which is about another 10 minutes, you serve it up. I hope you enjoyed the cooking video. Still 4 minutes to go. And on low, you just wait until it's done. And then enjoy the magic that you have created. Nice plate of food for everyone. This will feed quite a few people too, Alright. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye. Love yous.